Have you ever wondered how justice can be served promptly in developing countries with thousands of pending legal cases stacked over decades? It's a tantalizing thought, isn't it? But sadly, the reality is much grimmer. The legal sector in these countries is often marred by a myriad of challenges. Imagine a mountain of cases piling up, forming an Everest of unresolved disputes and unattended crimes. This backlog is a direct consequence of a lack of resources, not enough judges, lawyers, or courtrooms to keep up with the flood of legal predicaments. Adding to this are inefficient systems that are as archaic as they are cumbersome. As if these hurdles aren't enough, corruption adds another layer of complexity, further impeding the wheels of justice. It's a paradox, isn't it? A system meant to uphold justice is itself in need of a fair shake. The legal paradox in these nations calls for a solution, and that might just be generative AI. Imagine a world where justice isn't delayed or denied because of human limitations. This is where generative AI steps in. Generative AI is a category of artificial intelligence that leverages machine learning and deep learning techniques to independently create content. It's like having a virtual assistant that can write, compose, design, and even argue legal points. It's built on algorithms that mimic the way humans think, learn, and create. But how does it work? Generative AI learns from vast amounts of information, then generates new content based on that knowledge. It's like a child learning a language. They listen, learn, and then start to form their own sentences. Generative AI does the same, but at an extraordinarily faster pace and with a much larger data set. Now let's talk about its potential in the legal sector. Imagine the piles of paperwork, the countless hours spent on research, the tedious task of drafting contracts and legal documents. Generative AI can automate these mundane tasks, freeing lawyers to focus on what really matters: their clients. It can also speed up legal processes by quickly analyzing case laws, precedents, and legal texts, providing insights and recommendations that would take human lawyers days, even weeks, to compile. But the potential of generative AI doesn't stop at the doors of law firms or courtrooms. It extends to the very people who often find themselves on the fringes of legal services. Generative AI can democratize access to legal services, making it possible for anyone, anywhere, to have their legal queries answered, their rights explained, or their contracts reviewed. In developing nations, where the legal backlog is enormous and the human resources are scarce, generative AI can be a game changer. It can help clear the backlog, speed up the delivery of justice, and make legal services accessible to all, not just the privileged few. Generative AI is not a futuristic concept, but a present reality that can revolutionize the legal sector. From automating mundane tasks to democratizing access to legal services, generative AI holds the potential to significantly transform the way justice is delivered, making it faster, more efficient, and accessible to all. The introduction of AI in the legal sector is not just a game changer, it's a life changer. Imagine a world where legal processes are streamlined, case backlogs are a thing of the past, and access to justice is not a privilege, but a right. This is the promise of generative AI in the legal sector. Let's delve into the details. Firstly, the application of AI in the legal sector could significantly reduce the enormous backlogs of cases that have been pending for decades in many countries. By automating routine tasks and processes, AI can expedite case resolution, ensuring justice isn't delayed and thereby denied. Secondly, AI can lead to better allocation of human resources. With AI handling the grunt work, legal professionals can focus their expertise and time on complex cases that require human ingenuity and intuition. This not only enhances job satisfaction for legal professionals, but also improves the quality of legal services. Thirdly, AI can increase transparency in the legal sector. By making judgments and legal processes easily accessible and understandable, AI can foster trust in the legal system. This transparency is crucial in upholding the rule of law and maintaining social harmony. Lastly, and most importantly, AI can improve access to justice. In many parts of the world, especially developing nations, legal services are often out of reach for the common man. By automating legal services and making them more affordable, AI can democratize access to justice, ensuring everyone irrespective of their socioeconomic status, can defend their rights and seek redress. So, you see, the impact of AI in the legal sector extends far beyond efficiency. It's about redefining the very ethos of justice, making it more accessible, transparent, and equitable. The AI revolution in the legal sector is not just about efficiency, it's about equity and access. And the advent of AI in the legal sector is not just a technological shift, but a power shift. It's a transformation that's reshaping the landscape of political and economic systems in developing nations. The leader in the AI industry doesn't just hold the reins of technology, but also the steering wheel of these nations' future. This is why it's paramount to emphasize the importance of ethical AI development and use. We're not just crafting algorithms, we're shaping societies. We're not just solving legal backlogs, we're balancing power dynamics. We're not just automating processes, we're democratizing justice. But with great power comes great responsibility. In this rapidly evolving AI landscape, we must ensure that the power of AI doesn't become a tool for manipulation, but a catalyst for positive change. We must ensure that the leader in the AI industry is not just a controller, but a custodian of the common good. The AI revolution in the legal sector is not just a tool, it's a testament to the power of innovation. So, what have we uncovered today? We delved into the legal paradox that developing countries face a backlog of cases spanning decades due to a shortage of human resources. We then revealed the potential of generative AI as a game changer in the legal sector. This transformative technology can automate and streamline processes, significantly reducing the case backlog and accelerating the delivery of justice. We discussed the impact of AI, which extends beyond efficiency. It can democratize access to legal services, making justice more accessible to all citizens, regardless of their social or economic status. The conversation took a fascinating turn when we considered the power shift that AI could instigate. The leader in the AI industry could essentially control political and economic systems in developing nations, underscoring the importance of ethical considerations and fair practices. The AI revolution in the legal sector is not just imminent, it's imperative. The question now is, are we ready to embrace it?